with Sophia Melone. Hello, everyone. I am Sophia Melonē, the Debt Demolisher, here to bring you the tools, tips, and tricks to help you manage your financial baggage the right way. What an honor and privilege it is to be before you all for yet another live stream night as we continue our conversations as we've been covering night after night, day after day, The Wealth Choice by Dr. Dennis Kimbro. We have been taking this book 10 pages at a time. And those of you who have been here since the start of April, we have been taking this book 10 pages at a time for Financial Literacy Month since April the 1st, and we will continue our conversations all the way through the ending of this week, April the 30th. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Can you believe it? We are now covering the tail end of the book. Our reading assignment for today allowed us to close out our readings for chapter 6 and begin our readings for chapter 7. And I hope that you all have been receiving extreme value out of your readings as well as out of our conversations that we've been holding here on the Debt Demolisher TV. So one of the things that I want to do before we start our conversation is I got to pop out the chat. I got to pop out the chat and see who's here, see who's in the room. So that way I can acknowledge you all, celebrate you all, and give you all your songs and your hellos, and we can celebrate each other. And then we'll jump into our conversations for today. So I want to go ahead and pop out my chat. Let me see who's here. 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 Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see who's here. Let me see who's here. Hey. All right. We got Lisa Smiles first in the building saying, hey, DDTV family. Hey, Lisa Smiles. So good to see you. Welcome on into this room. I am so glad that you are here. Lisa Smiles, I did catch your replay from today. It was so good. I love all the hair tips that you gave and the kinkying that you had us doing. I don't know who said, leave my partner in oil alone, but I'm telling you, I was cracking up when whoever said it, because you didn't say the name, you just read off who said it inside of the chat. But I was like, who said that? That was hilarious. So that was awesome to be able to hear and witness. So I caught the replay. So shout out to Lisa Smiles, originator and creator of the $1 Million Glow Butters. You better get you some. You better get you some. I just lathered up with some nutmeg this time. And you all know that nutmeg is one of my favorites, as well as lavender. And so I'm still basking in that. But today we're doing nutmeg. So shout out to Lisa Smiles. We got Q Scott in the building saying happy Millionaire Monday. Happy Millionaire Motivation Monday, I believe is what it is. Motivating Millionaire Monday. That's what it is. Happy Motivating Millionaire Monday to you. Q Scott, so glad that you're here in the building. Welcome on into this room. I'm so glad that you are here. Hey, Q Scott. Hey, Q Scott. Let's go. Hey, Q Scott. Hey, Q Scott. Let's go. Q Scott is in the building. So good to see you. So glad that you are here. We got Tracy Ann all the way in the building from the West Side. Tracy Ann, stand up. So good to see you. Welcome on into this room. I'm so glad that you are here. Tracy Ann is saying, hey, fam, I'm checking in from the West Side. West Side, stand up, Tracy Ann. Partner in oil. Let's go, Tracy Ann. We got Coach Root in the building saying, hello, everyone. Hey, Coach Root. So good to see you. Welcome on into this room. I am so glad that you are here, Coach Root. Let's go. We also got Peaceful Love in the building. Listen, y'all, if y'all did not catch the podcast drop from today, I shared it out on the community page, Peaceful Love. I said Peaceful Love is an intercessor. Peaceful Love can bring the word. Peaceful Love got the word. She got the voice for it. She got it. So I'm telling y'all, refreshing streams. If you have not checked out the podcast, please slide on over to the community page of the Debt Demolisher TV. You are going to see a pink photo that's going to say Refreshing Streams. In that post, you're going to unclick this to expand the caption, and you're going to see the link that's going to take you directly to Peaceful Love's podcast, Refreshing Streams. That was 5 minutes of juice this morning. 4 minutes and 59 seconds to be exact this morning. I said, man, this is a whole blessed word. This is a whole blessed word. This is a whole blessed word. She was even praying about people starting businesses this morning. I said, come on, Peaceful Love. Come on, Peaceful Love. That was so good. So make sure y'all check it out. Make sure that you listen. Make sure that you save it so that you can begin to listen to Refreshing Streams every day. Every day. Let's go, Peaceful Love. I love it. Peaceful Love got the bouquet of flowers in saying, hello, everyone. Hey, Peaceful Love. So good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome on into this room. I am so glad that you are here. We also got Sherry in the building saying, hey, y'all. Hey, Sherry. So good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome on into this room. I am so glad that you are here. Let's go, Sherry. Let's go, Sherry. Let's go, Sherry. Let's go, let's go, let's go, Sherry. Let's go, Sherry. Instant income, Sherry. Let's go, Sherry. Hey, let's go. We got Queen Heart in the building saying, hey, Queen So and DDTV fam. Hey, Queen Heart. So good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome on into this room. I am so glad that you are here. Let's go, Queen Heart. Stand up. Lisa Smiles is saying Queen Lisa H said that. Oh, it was Queen Lisa H that said that. Queen Lisa H said that. Y'all know we got to lift Queen Lisa up because y'all know she's in class. So she normally is in class on Mondays and Tuesdays. So she can only really get into the live streams, I believe Wednesdays and Thursdays, if I'm not mistaken, or Wednesdays and Fridays, if I'm not mistaken. So one of those days. So let's lift Queen Lisa H up, because we know that she's in class and she's been working hard, and she said she gonna get this done. She's gonna go after her dreams and she's gonna get this license. And we are praying that she gonna do all the studying that she needs, and that she gonna get that license, and she gonna do what she need to do with that license. Let's go. Come on, RE, stand up. Coach Root, represent for the RE family. Let's go. Real estate, that's what that means. Come on, let's go. We also got, oh, this thing is scrolling up. Okay, Peaceful Love said Glow Butter and Lisa Smiles. Tracy Ann said, yes, Lisa H, my partner in oils. Let's go. Coach Ruth said that was Queen Lisa H who said that about Tracy Ann. Q Sky said, even better, you can change my Wealth Wednesday suggestion to Wealth and Wellness Wednesday. Okay, I sure can if that's what you want. If that's what you want, Q Sky, you know I got you. You know I got you, Q Sky. A1 since day one. You got it. Wednesdays are now Wealth and Wellness Wednesday, because we also got to keep our wellness all the way in check. So I appreciate that. Wealth and Wellness Wednesday it is. Let me update my page for the record. Wealth and Wellness Wednesday. Let's go, Q Sky. Hey, Tracy Ann says someone gotta have my back because Lisa be calling me out. Yes. We gotta have Tracy Ann back. We gotta have Tracy Ann back. We gotta hold it down for Tracy Ann, okay? Lisa Smile says that these songs and intros just make my day. Let's go, Lisa Smiles. Let's go. I'm so glad that it does. All right. Q Sky says, I appreciate the prayer, Peaceful Love. Your voice is so comforting. So comforting. I said, she got that intercessor voice. Soothing. Just be praying and bringing the word. I said, I can listen to you all day too, Peaceful Love. All day. Getting me motivated in the mornings. That's like the perfect prayer to start the mornings. I was in my kitchen like, oh, listening to it. Glory be unto the Lord. All right, Lisa Smile says, Peaceful Love. I got to listen to it tonight because I missed it this morning. Yes. Catch it, Lisa Smiles. Catch it, Lisa Smiles. Tracy Ann says, Peaceful Love. Today's message was anointed. Y'all hear that? Today's message was anointed. It sure was. Sherry said, Tracy Ann, every time I hear so say you're checking in from the west side, I hear west side is the best side in my head. Come on now. Let's go. Peaceful Love says, this thing keeps scrolling. I don't know what's happening. Sorry, y'all. It said, Peaceful Love says, thank you, Q. To God be all the glory. To God be all the glory. We got Divinity in the room. Shout out to Divinity. So good to see you. Welcome on into this room. I am so glad that you are here. Divinity is saying good evening. Oh, good evening, Queen Divinity. Good evening to you, Queen Divinity. Let's go. We also have, what else we got? Okay, yeah, she's gonna get that license. Queen Lisa H, we lifting you up. Lisa H, we got prayers on your side, prayers on your studies. We also got Tracy Ann saying, I love you, Lisa Smiles. Everybody don't get to pass the clown. Peaceful Love says, yes, she's going to get that license. We're clapping it up. And Coach Root is saying that the subscribers are coming to Peaceful Love. Let's go. Because y'all know Peaceful Love also has a YouTube page to accompany the Refreshing Streams podcast. And the YouTube channel is Refreshing Streams. Okay, let's go. All right. Lisa Smile says, does that mean we're going to work out on Wednesday too? So now listen, Lisa Smiles, I can't make that promise. I can't make that promise unless you're going to get up with me early in the morning when I start. But see, when I do that, I don't know if I'm going to be able to live stream it. Maybe, unless I do it from my phone and do a setup. I'll figure something out. Maybe I'll just stream the Wednesdays when I'm waking up. But y'all ain't gonna get up that early. Y'all ain't gonna get up that early with me. Y'all ain't. Okay. We got Acacia in the building saying greetings, DDTV family. Hey, Acacia, so good to see you. Welcome on into this room. I'm so glad that you are here. Shout out to Acacia and shout out to her baby boy, Bryson. Let's go. Hey, Acacia. I go, Acacia. Hey, Acacia. I go, Acacia. Let's go. Hey, Acacia. I go, Acacia. Hey, Acacia. I go, Acacia. Let's go. Let's go. We got Acacia in the building. So glad that you are here in the building. All right, y'all, let's get started. We had our readings. We have our readings. Lisa Smile says, I'll lead the workouts because I'll be off Wednesdays, but it won't be too early. See? Now, if you want to introduce the workouts now, we can slide on over to your channel when it's time. But I don't know. I may still go live. Mine's gonna be early. Y'all, because y'all know I work during the day. Okay, I work during the day. So, what else we got? Oh, I love when Peaceful Love do the little piano and put the little music signs up when I sing Acacia songs. So awesome. Yay. And Tracy Ann says that, hi, Divinity. I finally got a chance to watch your interview and it truly inspired me. Thank you for being transparent. I tell y'all, Divinity tore that interview up. Dropped all kinds of gems, dropped all kinds of nuggets, dropped all kinds of inspiration. Whew. It was good. But I got a surprise coming for y'all. So don't fret. Don't fret. You're going to get a glimpse. If you're not on Patreon, you're going to get a glimpse. So be on the lookout. Okay. It's coming. Okay. Let's start with our conversation around our reading. So you all know that we had to read pages 241 all the way to 250 in the book. Can y'all believe it? We almost done. Can y'all believe it? We just got a couple more days. We have what's today? Is today the 24th? No, today the 25th. Oh, look at the inspirational calendar for today. Is today the 24th? No, today is the 25th. It is. I'm going to have to show y'all this. This is going to be perfect. I just flipped my calendar and the message for today for April 25th. Oh, so good. So good. So good. So we had to read pages 241 to 250. And we have about 5 more days. 5 more days until we conclude our readings of this amazing book. And I am just praying that the Lord is going to do something miraculous for each and every one of us who has been coming here day after day, who has been reading these sections and these pages of the book day after day, who has been listening to their audio version of the book day after day. If you don't have Dr. Dennis Kimbrough's The Wealth Choice book, I want to ask you right now to go in the description box of this video. There are links that'll take you to Dr. Dennis Kimbrough's website. There are links that'll take you to Dr. Dennis Kimbrough's YouTube channel. There are links or references that'll take you to Dr. Dennis Kimbrough's Instagram and Twitter or LinkedIn. I think it's LinkedIn and Twitter. Please get your copy of this book and not only read it, but apply the things that you're able to grasp from it. Apply the things that you are able to grasp from it. I'm praying that the Lord is going to do something miraculous for all of us. Amen. Amen. Ooh. All right. So 241 started the subsection, New Rules of Money, Fire Your Boss. Ooh, I don't know who bought that life. I don't know who bought that life. He says, not so long ago, there was a basic recipe for wealth. Starting with, you start with a 4-year degree. You add 1 white-collar job. For best results, find a Fortune 100 company with a huge pension fund. 3, you slowly stir in equal measures of loyalty and initiative. And then 4, you wait for 40 years before retiring. You wait for 40 years before retiring. Dr. Dennis Kimbrough says further down on page 241 that each of us is living with loads of uncertainty. Each of us is living with loads of uncertainty, adjusting and readjusting as our industry evolves, and putting in 50 hours per week or more in the meantime. In the meantime, here's a prediction. Sooner or later, you will reach a pivotal moment in your career, maybe close to your intended retirement date, maybe not, when you will want to look long and hard at the possibility of proceeding on your own terms, of living life without a paycheck. Living life without a paycheck. He continues to say, which was actually something powerful that Michelangelo said, which was, the greater danger is not that our hopes are too high and that we fail to reach them. It's the fact that they are too low and we do. So let's pause here for a second and really think about our hopes. Are our hopes mediocre? Are our hopes low level? Are our hopes too low and we're actually meeting them? Because you have to remember that we serve an abundant God. And so if we serve an abundant God, then that means that we have access to abundance. And we should always be aiming for higher. We should always be striving for higher, because low is not on our totem pole. Low is not on God's totem pole. Dr. Dennis Kimbrough says that the world's wealthiest and most fulfilled are those who rose up and refused to be victimized by anything less than their individual destiny. Do you know your destiny? Do you have an idea of your destiny? Do you have a vision of your destiny? What does your destiny look like for you? You are fulfilled by your individual destiny, not someone else's outlook, not someone else's opinion of you, not someone else's perspective of you. It's about what your individual destiny is. And that's why you have to know what you want. This is exactly why you have to know what you want. I underlined a part on page 242 in the book because it reminded me of a lot of things that I've shared transparently with you all when I reflected about my upbringing, my environmental experiences, my treatment of money when I started to make money, how I didn't want anything to jeopardize my survival. And it stung when I read it, so I'm gonna read it. He says that the poor constantly are engaged in managing their survival. He says further down that the wealthy, in contrast, are quite content with circumstances as they are, and they hope to maintain the status quo to keep their lives in order. Now, when I read this piece, the line about managing their survival was something that struck home for me, because I always share with you all how I felt like that's what I was chasing. I was chasing survival. Not really managing it, but I was chasing it. But when I read the second part about their hope is to maintain the status quo, my hope isn't to maintain the status quo. My hope is to just never get back to that point where I was in feeling in that way and in that manner. So I found it interesting to read these two in tandem to really remind myself that technically I don't have a poor mindset, right? I don't have a poor mindset. I have a caution, but I don't have a poor mindset. There's a huge difference between the two. But Dr. Dennis Kimbrough says further down that survival should not be your only option. Survival should not be your only option. So now I've graduated from chasing survival to now chasing and pursuing my passion, chasing and pursuing making a difference, chasing and pursuing operating in my purpose, chasing and pursuing doing the will that the Lord has over my life. That the Lord has over my life. So survival ain't my option. It's not my only option. It's not my only option. And this is the piece that I firmly agree with as well. At the bottom of page 242, personal fulfillment is the result of producing, creating, and serving others. Personal fulfillment is a result of producing, creating, and serving others. I know I'm producing, I know I'm creating, and I know I'm serving others. And when I tell you that the fulfillment that I feel is so true, I've said this before, that with my job, my 9 to 5, I'm good at what I do, but it doesn't fulfill me. It doesn't fulfill me. But what I do here is a fulfillment. The praise reports, the testimonies, the revelations, the action that people are taking, the financial anxiety that people are releasing, the hope that has been restored in people's financial situation, that fulfills me. That makes my life feel purposeful. That is what makes my life feel purposeful. Hence, therefore, the reason I show up here every day. Hence, therefore, even when I'm tired, I realize that this is a calling. I realize that you still need to be served. I realize that there is a message that you may need to hear today. And if I don't show up, what is that going to do for you? Fulfillment. Fulfillment. It ignites my entire soul on a whole nother level. And I'm not saying that just to be saying that. I can have a headache before it's time to go live. It goes away. I could be completely drained before it's time for me to be interviewed for a podcast. It goes away in the middle of the interview. Excitement. Even from the moment where I didn't even think that I could turn this into something that could be a movement, my business coach at the time said, hold on, the way you lit up when you started talking about how you help people, how excited you got when you talked about helping people get out of debt, changing their whole financial lives around, your face lit up. She said, maybe that's what you need to be doing. That's what you need to be serving people with. Do you know your destiny? And does what you do fulfill you to your core? Does it fulfill you to your core? That's how you're going to know. That's how you're going to know. Dr. Dennis Kimbrough says further along that for entrepreneurship is for creative souls. It's for creative souls. And for the creative souls, it offers them the opportunity to test their ideas, test their creativity, test their abilities, test their moral stamina, and most of all, test their faith. So if we want to step into the space of the 6th law of wealth, which everyone should have been able to pick up and grasp by now, own thine own business. Thou shalt own thy own business. Entrepreneurship is going to offer you the opportunity to test your ideas, We did a whole session on idea extraction. Idea extraction. So now you have a possibility and an opportunity to test those ideas, which is what we getting ready to start and do that this Saturday. So I hope you caught the drop, because I did announce what the next With Me working session is going to be for this Saturday. So check out the community page in case you missed it. Woo! It's been announced. You're going to be able to test your creativity, thinking outside of the box, thinking bigger, grander, greater, abundantly. Is going to be able to test your abilities. Test your abilities. Do things that you didn't even think that you could be able to do because of one idea. Because of one idea. It's going to help you test your moral stamina. How much stamina do you have? How about that life will you be? You get to test if you really about that life. You get to test it. And most of all, which is also one of the laws of wealth, we get to test our faith, which is one of the things that we have to keep at the forefront. We got to keep our faith in this thing and understand the fact that we can't do it in our own strength. We need a higher power, a higher calling in the midst of this. Amen. Dr. Dennis Kimbrough says further down that if you expect to call on your greatest qualities in your finest hour, you cannot be risk averse, which for too many people is the unheralded side effect of working too long. Some of us have already reached the space where we've gotten to retirement. Some of us are not at that phase yet. I know I got years before I could technically be eligible for retirement, but I ain't on that timeline. And I said that 5 years ago. I'm not on their timeline of retirement. I'm creating my own timeline for my retirement. But you got to be about that life to get there. Okay. You got to be about that life to get there. And then another thing that I also said is that I know for a fact that even when I get to retirement, and when I say, for me, retirement means being able to release my 9 to 5. I'm just going to be real. Being able to release my 9 to 5 is retirement to me. But even when I get in that space, I know that I'm still going to be working, meaning I'm going to be serving, meaning I'm still going to be doing what I do, making a difference in humanity, making a difference in society by serving, but I'm going to be getting compensated for it as well. So, boom. He also says, if controlling your own schedule and income, as well as possibly joining the ranks of Black America's financial elite, is important to you, then why would you want to play it safe? He says the only way to create wealth, and this is he's quoting Michael Roberts. He says the only way to create wealth is to vow early in life never to allow an opportunity to slip by. When I read this part, I had to go back and think, how many opportunities have I let slip by? Because I'm pretty sure I let one slip by for sure. And it's related to the book that I still haven't finished. I know for a fact that I let an opportunity slip by for sure related to that. And when I thought about that today, I said, how can I not ever allow that to happen again? You got to stay ready so you won't have to get ready. And success meets preparation. Success meets preparation. Success meets preparation. And the only way that you can make sure that you won't miss an opportunity is if you are always prepared. You're always prepared. You have your process in place. You have your rubric for how to even determine whether or not if this is a valuable opportunity or if it's not, if it's a time waster. Because everything that's presented to you ain't gold. Everything that's presented to you isn't worthy of your time. So you have to be able to identify how you're going to determine what's the right opportunity versus not. That's even something that Dr. Dennis Kimbrough said in this book that the wealthy understand how to do, how to distinguish a good idea from a bad idea, how to distinguish a good opportunity from a wasteful opportunity. We got to come up with a way to be able to know how to be clear on that, to ensure that we're not letting the right opportunity slip by. He also says further down, and this is still quoting Michael Roberts, never shrink from anything that will give you more discipline, that will give you enhanced training, and that will broaden your experience. Never shrink. Never shrink. Never shrink. I'm getting ready to show my shirt, because when you shrinking, that's a sign of fear. And what? Fear should not go with your outfit. Fear does not go with your outfit. Fear does not go with your outfit. Jumping over to page 244, which is concluding us from chapter 6. And when I tell you all, when I read this quote, I feel like I dropped the book. I feel like I dropped my pen. I feel like I had to do a 360 turn, because I said Leah Brown dropped the quote of a century. I don't know if anybody else caught it, but I caught it. And I had to write in the margins, girl. I had to write in the margins, girl. She said a whole word. Y'all want to know what the whole word she said? Let's go. Page 244. She said, we need more faith-filled men and women who are energetic enough, who are bold enough, who are determined enough, who are gritty enough to sign their name on the front of the paycheck as well as the back. I dropped the book. I dropped the pen. I spun around. Imagine, we need more faith-filled men and women who are energetic enough, bold enough, determined enough, gritty enough, so that they can sign their name on the front of the paycheck. Do you understand that? Sign your name on the front of the paycheck. That means you write the check. And not only that, you get to sign your name on the back, so you get to cash it too. Shall I stare harder? Shall I stare harder? This takes me to our morning quote for the day. The morning quote for today was, remember that the teaching is in the words, but the learning is in the silence. What did you all take away from that? The teaching is in the words, but the learning is in the silence. In the silence, you do what? You ponder. In the silence, you do what? You reflect. In the silence, you do what? You break down and you begin to think of things. You connect the dots in the silence. In the silence, you get those still, small whispers. Do this. Make this call. Do this Google search. Email this person. Go to this event. In the silence is where God begins to speak and give you divine instruction as you reflect, as you allow yourself to sit and indulge in the words that were taught. So the teaching, yes, is in the words, but your learning is in your period of silence. When do you set aside time to think? When do you set aside time to just reflect? When do you set aside time to just sit still? What do you hear when you do that? What do you hear when you do that? So he ended off chapter 6 with the same quote from Leah Brown, which was the game changer of game changers for me. Because when I read that, I instantly began to visualize my name on the front of a check. I began to visualize my name signed on the checks that my company finna start issuing out. Have you ever looked at a check? Have you ever looked at a check that somebody sent to you? The face of it has a signature on the lower right-hand corner. That signature is the authorizer who can allow funds to be dispensed from the account that that check was written from. What does that mean? You have the financial authority. What does that mean? You have the financial autonomy. What does that mean? You write the checks. Your company is the breadwinner. And all of this ties back to what? The 6th law of wealth. Thou shalt own thy own business. So you can write the check. So you can write the check and not only write the checks, but you receive some too. So that you can sign it and you can endorse your own. Amen. I have all kinds of stuff, y'all. When I tell y'all I was going to work, y'all see all of this? This is my handwriting under the page. I was going to work. I was writing all in that lower section of 244. Going to work. If you're a millionaire, you better act like one. If you're a millionaire, you better show up like one. If you're a business owner, you better act like one. This ties back into what? Your attitude for wealth. This all ties into your attitude for wealth, which is going to take us into chapter 7. Chapter 7, you all, believe it or not, is the last law of wealth. It's the last law of wealth. And we've made it to this chapter, even though we're not going to finish it tonight because we still have more readings to do. We still have more pages to get through, but at least we're going to start the 7th law of wealth. We're going to start the 7th law of wealth. So the 7th law of wealth is make thy money grow. Make thy money grow. I want to read the statistics on page 245 because I think this is very powerful for us to hear and for us to read verbatim how quantities or numbers translate into percentages. So I'll read from the top. It says, now that you've reached the final chapter of the wealth choice, you know that those men and women who have achieved both financial comfort and wealth are distinctly different from those who struggle paycheck to paycheck or who sink deeper into debt. Thanks in part to the research on which this book is based, I can tell you precisely what comprises the difference between the roughly 112,000 African-American households or the 35,000 Black men and women who possess a net worth of $1 million or more, which is 0.01%. 0.01%. And the scores of Americans, Black and white, who struggle to pay their bills. First, they differ in their attitudes, they differ in their behaviors, and they differ in their personalities, and they differ in their goals. They differ in their attitude. They differ in their behavior, what they do, how they think. They differ in their personalities, how they show up. They differ in their goals. I would love to see the goals of a millionaire versus the goals of those who are living check to check. Because honestly and truthfully, if we asked these two different populations what their goals are, we already know the millionaires got the goals. We already know they got the goals. But if you ask those who are living check to check if they have the goals, their goal is probably just going to be to survive. Their goal is probably just going to be just to have enough. Their goal is probably just going to be able to make their rent payment at the first of the month. They may not even have goals at all. And this is why I stress the importance of establishing goals for your life. It's specifically financial goals. Specifically, you want to be clear on the goals that you have over the resources that you're going to possess. Because the resources that you possess will allow you to do greater things in the world, not just for yourself, but also for others. But we don't have goals. We live day to day. We just want to make it to make it. We don't set our sights on greater. On my wall, I have a financial goal board. My financial goal board breaks my goals down just on finances. Just on finances. Short term, mid-term, and long term. Not only do I have it broken out, I ask myself specific questions on what I'm going to do to help me get there. And if a roadblock happens, what's the B? What's the alternative route? And how does this align with my life priorities? How does each of my goals, each of my financial goals align with my financial priorities, align with my life priorities? Let me correct myself. Align with my life priorities. Because for me, it has to connect. For me, it has to be in alignment. For me, it has to support what I want my life to look like holistically. Holistically. So establishing goals is a vital process. And many times people don't want to do it, but I'm telling you, it's a reason why you got to do it. It's a reason why you got to identify it. Because believe it or not, your goal is none other than you basically starting your visualization. Because it's something that you are desiring. It's something that you are seeing for yourself. So get comfortable with creating goals for every area of your life, if you can. If you can. But you got to set a goal. You have to set a goal. I have a goal for this YouTube channel. And my prayer is by the grace of God, it's going to get met this month, before this month is out. I have a goal. I have a goal for my credit score. I'm giving myself until August to meet it. Have a goal. And be clear on what that goal is. And leverage frameworks that can support you in designing the map for that goal. Because you can have a goal all day, because a goal is nothing but a wish. But the real crux of it is the plan that you create for whatever that goal is. Because the plan is what's going to get you there. The plan is what's going to help get you there. The plan is what's going to help you figure it out. It's going to design the course. It's going to design the path. It's going to design the way. So once you identify a goal, you need to start breaking down them steps. You need to start identifying them processes. How you going to get there? What's going to get in the way? What's going to happen when something come up? Because you already know when you set your eyes on something, stuff going to happen. There's going to be potholes. There's going to be hurdles. There's going to be dips. There's going to be all kinds of stuff, but you still have to choose to keep your eyes on that goal as the prize. So he's saying, in short, the 0.1% are driven. They are deeply passionate about what they do. He says that it's as if their chosen field of work or endeavor is a calling and not a career. It's a calling and not a career. He says, second, They have a certain quiet inner peace regarding their ability to meet any challenge, to rise above any situation or circumstance. They are overcomers. Are you an overcomer? I know we got stories for days, so I know we got some overcomers in the room. I know we do. He says that Black millionaires are nonetheless more optimistic and infinitely more resilient than the average man or woman. You are resilient. You have overcome some things. So don't take your journey lightly. It has made you who you are. It has built your characteristics. It has served you in a way to keep you above the rest. Because most can't handle what you've handled. Third, he says that Black millionaires are innovative and creative. Ain't we all? We are innovative and creative. Innovative and creative. He also says that they not only think outside the box, but they create their own box. They create their own box. He also says that the Black financial elite are always on a personal quest to learn something new and absorb new information. This reminds me of what Divinity said during her interview. Divinity talked about how she always wants to learn. She talked about how being on or coming into this room is a part of her learning journey. It's a part of her learning journey. Divinity is an educator. She was a teacher for 21 years, avid learner, and an avid teacher. So learning is something that's extremely important to her. And she says, you are never too old to learn. Those were Divinity's words. You are never too old to learn. Divinity, that's what millionaires do. That's what millionaires do. Millionaires are always on a personal quest to learn something new. They want to absorb new information. They want to absorb new information. All right. Y'all, we got a couple more pages, but I want to keep us at an hour. I think I'm going to close out with this line. Because he was reading about S.B. Fuller. S.B. Fuller. And one of the things that Fuller urged Blacks was to collectively assume responsibility for their own growth and their own development. So your job as a human, your job as a soul that is designed to be a contribution to this universe is to assume responsibility for yourself. Assume responsibility for your growth. Assume responsibility for your development. Expect no handouts. Expect no handouts. Whatever you want, you got to go and find it. Whatever you want to learn, you got to go and do the research. Whatever you want to be able to master, you got to keep applying so that you can master it. Repetition and study is something that Bob Proctor, God rest his soul, would always say. Repetition and study. So if you want to grow, you got to be willing to put in the work. If you want to grow, you got to be willing to learn. If you want to grow, you got to be willing to do something new. If you want to grow, you got to be willing to step above your fear. You got to be able to release fear and understand that fear don't go with your outfit. Fear don't go with your faith walk. Fear don't go with your millionaire mindset. Okay? Assume responsibility for your own growth and your own development. That's no different from me saying that you can design your own curriculum. Whatever it is that you want to learn, you can be able to learn, especially in the day and age in which we live today. And because of other innovators, because of other creatives, we're able to experience the things that we are experiencing now. He talks about this keynote address that Fuller gave. And speaking of keynote address, Dr. Dennis Kimbrough received an honorary doctorate today. It probably wasn't today. It probably wasn't today because the video was uploaded today. But he received an honorary doctorate from Golden State University, and he delivered the commencement speech today. And that 8-minute speech was so good. I actually saved it in the Legacy Wealth is a Choice playlist. So if you go to the Debt Demolisher TV page, you'll see the Legacy Wealth is a Choice, Dr. Dennis Kimbrough style. I saved that video inside of the playlist. It was powerful because I learned some new things about Dr. Dennis Kimbrough after listening to that. I was like, dang, he how old? Oh my goodness. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it when I heard it this afternoon. And one of the things that I have a desire for is the very thing that I see Dr. Dennis Kimbrough do. He's delivered several commencement speeches. He even delivered a commencement speech at my alma mater. I wasn't there no more at the time, of course. Of course, he came after I graduated, but you know. But that's a powerful thing, to be able to pour into the other souls of students or graduates in that manner and give them a farewell message that can bless their whole entire future. And that commencement speech was powerful. It was exceptional. And it was nuggets and things that we are reading right inside of this book. So let's not take what we're picking up here for granted. Let's not take the access to this resource that we have for granted. So, keynote address, commencement speech, you know. All right. I want to close out with this item on page 250, which is our last chapter for today. Look, I got slipped down my little edges, child. Look, I may need some Lisa Smiles edge control. I may need some Lisa Smiles edge control over here. Look. On page 250, it says, if we could save money as well as we save souls, many of our problems will be solved. This was a quote from S.B. Fuller. If we could save money as well as we save souls, many of our problems will be solved. Many of our problems would be solved. This is why you got to pay yourself first, consistently. Get into the habit of saving so that you can build the behavior to do it consistently. Pay yourself first now so that you can save yourself later. That concludes our reading for today. Tomorrow, we are going to continue with the 7th law of wealth, subsection 250, 251 to 260. If you have the audio book, then you're going to stop at the 5th wealth building strategies of the Black financial elite. So when you hear 5th wealth building strategies of the financial elite, pause your audio book. Pause your audio book when you hear that subtitle. So 7th law of wealth, all the way up to 5 wealth building strategies of the Black elite. Pause. Don't listen to that piece yet, because that's going to be the next day. And if you have the book, we're reading 251 to 260. 251 to 260, and then we will be back here on the channel, continuing our work. All right. Peaceful Love says, thank you, Coach Sophia. You're so welcome. Sherry says, peace. All right, Sherry. Cute Queen Heart says, laughing at Lisa Smiles. What Lisa Smiles says, that quote was fire. Yes, it was. Lisa Smiles says, let me get my tambourine. Y'all, Lisa Smiles had her tambourine. Well, I heard Lisa Smiles, did you order your tambourine? Lisa Smiles said she was going to get a tambourine for her live streams, but she had that book. She was like, she was tambourining it up in her live. Go on, get your tambourine, Lisa Smiles. Go on, get your tambourine. Coach Root says, yes, he is 72, moving good and dropping gems and serving others. Yes, Coach Root, I could not believe it. He said he'll be 72 in December. My gosh. And that's another thing. Q Scott, I'm so glad that you mentioned about changing Wednesdays to Wealth and Wellness Wednesday, because Dr. Dennis Kimbrough, he works out every day. Every day. I said, if that's what working out every day do, I need to get my little lazy tail on up. I need to get up and start stretching. I need to get up and start doing some push-ups in the morning. I need to get up and start moving my body, because I'm trying to look like that at 71 and 72. You would not believe that that was his age. You would not believe that that's his age. I know 72-year-olds that can barely walk, can barely raise their voice. Dr. Dennis Kimbrough has stamina. He has major stamina, but it's something that he's built because he had a practice. It's something that he's built because he has a process. It's something that he's built because he has an intention. It's something that he's built because he has a regimen. While hearing that commencement speech today, reading through this book, receiving confirmation from Q Scott saying, let's change Wednesday to Wealth and Wellness Wednesday. And also hearing, I heard it was a drop by ET today. It was so good about the process. I listened to that video. I said, I need to come up with my process. I need to stop playing and come up with my process and be adamant about my process. Adamant about my process every day. Because when you have a process, when you have a flow, when you have a thing that you do, when you have a purpose behind it, you're going to be a force to be reckoned with. You're going to be a force to be reckoned with. So let's get our stamina up. Let's do what we know we need to do for our health to keep our vessels going. Because without the vessel, we can't deliver no purpose. Without our vessel, we can't deliver our purpose. I need to get my life together. I need to get my life together. Divinity says, you better bring that word, Sophia. That's why I'm here, to eat the full course meal plus dessert. Come on, Divinity. Come on. Acacia says, thank you for coming, kings and queens. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and take notes. Let's go, Acacia. Acacia is the best. Shout out to Queen Acacia. Shout out to Queen Acacia. I appreciate you so much for supporting the channel, being a moderator of the channel, and keeping us all in line. Oh my goodness. Acacia says, do you know where the commercial business bank account is located on Sophia's site? What commercial business bank account? I don't know what that means. Take your time, Pastor A. Queen Heart. All right, y'all. Queen Heart says, I've been an overcomer since the womb. Yes. Lisa Smile says that her mom's is August the 15th. Okay. That must be 8 cases is a 9. Oh, that's your birthday. Oh, that's your birthday. All right. We got some August babies. All right. Awesome. So Acacia has a birthday coming up in August. Acacia got a birthday coming up in August. Mark your calendars. Mark your calendars. Acacia got a birthday coming up in August. Hey, let's go. Let's go. All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and close out. Tracy Ann said, the moderator extraordinaire. The moderator extraordinaire. We need to have some crowns for Acacia. Some crowns for Acacia. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. All right, everybody. So we have our reading assignment. Everybody know what we got to do. We're going to come back tomorrow. I'm fitting the clothes on out for today. I want to thank you guys for being here. You already know that, remember, your financial prosperity awaits you, and so does your financial sanity. You already know what I'm going to tell you to do, and that's what? Get to work. Make sure that you come back, share this playlist out, invite other people into the room, tell them, come on in, get these gems, and tell them, go ahead on, pick up this book. Because even though we're done, that don't mean that even though we're almost done, that does not mean that they can't pick up the book. And that does not mean that they cannot join us for the remainder of the next 5 days, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay. We got 5 days, and I need y'all to be here for the rest of the week. If that's all right. Amen. All right. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you soon. Bye. The Debt Demolisher TV with Sophia Melone. The Debt Demolisher TV with Sophia Melone. The Debt Demolisher TV with Sophia